All right. So,
Happy New Year.
hang on. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Happy
okay.
Thanksgiving. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas. Happy New Year.
Now
Wow.
we're there.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wasn't our last episode the Christmas episode?
Our last episode was the Christmas episode that we recorded before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, but before American or Canadian Thanksgiving?
Before American Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah, so not too bad.
If it was before Canadian Thanksgiving, God,
That would have been insane.
that would have been ever so slightly a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
How you been?
I've been good. I have news.
Oh,
Yes, I have become officially a professional voice actor.
nice.
Yes.
What'd you record a voice for?
So I went on Fiverr and I started
Of
a
course.
Fiverr, right? And I did a voiceover for some fucking random thing. I have no idea what it was. It was some kind of like digital assistant or something. And then I did a voiceover for some dude's like YouTube, like it seemed like it was like a D&D campaign type of thing. And he wanted some audio for that, so I did like a short thing for that. And yeah, and I made $20. Therefore, having actually been paid, I am officially a professional voice actor.
That is how that works.
Those are the only rules.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's something about being paid enough to make a living in there, but we'll scratch that part.
That would be a successful professional voice actor.
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Which I definitely am not.
Unsuccessful.
An unsuccessful professional.
$20 isn't bad though. I mean, if it took you less than an hour, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, $20 is $20, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's and then ever since then I've gotten jack shit. It's been just people fucking spamming. It's just been a lot of spam,
Yeah.
as you would expect.
That makes sense. Well, good luck.
Yeah, thanks. I mean,
I'll look upon your career with great interest.
yeah, I mean, me too. I somehow I don't feel like it's gonna take off anytime soon, but that's all right. You know what? I did the thing, and
You never know.
you never know. But other than that, yeah. So okay, so how was your Thanksgiving?
Good.
Good.
Great. Yeah. Delicious
Excellent.
turkey and ham.
I assume you guys did as you do with the smoked turkey.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
It was
all
so
right.
good. Yeah.
Did you guys do anything different this year, or the standards, the standard
Everything
assortment?
standard. Yeah.
All right.
I don't remember if we did anything different. I don't think so.
All
It's
right.
been, it's been a while.
Yeah, fair enough. And then how was? Oh, okay. I guess most importantly, how was the tea?
Great.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, really good. Yeah,
Good
I haven't
assortment?
broken into one of them yet. The the weird one
Okay,
you sent me.
the Kimun.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the jasmine and the Earl Grey.
Oh, yeah. How is the Earl Grey? I was curious.
Really good.
It's really good. Okay,
Yeah,
I might
it's
have to
really
pick
good.
that up at some point because
Yeah.
I've been
And
looking at that.
It's really good with the jasmine.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing. I just like half jasmine, half Earl Grey. It's like perfect.
Oh, dude, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Oh,
So
fair
yes, thank you. It was a great present.
Yeah, no problem. I was like, I got you the giant bag of fucking, Assam Black Beauty because I know you like it. But I was like, all right, you're getting tea assortment for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the tray assortment was also great.
Also good. Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes.
Snacked on that for like a week.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh man. Yeah, no, we had a good Christmas. Obviously it was like busy as all hell, like everybody wants to see Charlotte. So like
Of course, yeah.
there was a lot of running around. It was like, one day of tree decorating, and then it's like, we went for Christmas Eve to Lauren's family, and then we did Christmas Day at our place, and then we like met her dad at one point, like later on in the week. So it was just
Nice. So that sounds good. Yeah.
She's terrified of her Lamborghini that we got her.
Oh,
Every time we put her anywhere near it, she like screams bloody murder. She's like, "Oh my god, no!" She just like, finds it horrifying. So that's fun.
it's a fast car. She's just smart.
She also like hates anytime we put her in like an enclosed area, even if it's got like no topper. I mean, like, because it's like, it's a kid's car, right? Like, you set them in it. And it's like, I mean, they're barely in it, right? Like,
Yeah.
but like anytime she's in any like car seat, fucking, we have like a playpen for her. She just she's so angry about like being contained. She's like, I will not be contained. Shall not pass.
Some of the America followed you back. She's got
Jesus.
freedom in her blood.
You got that freedom.
Freedom. Get her done.
Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, America.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're recording this on a very special day for America.
Almost a very special day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did they move it?
Isn't it Monday?
Yeah. Okay. I've been willfully not paying attention.
I mean, yeah, that's probably for the best for your sanity.
Yeah. Exactly.
I just know because I was looking at my phone and it told me when it was. And so I was just like, oh, okay. Inauguration Day Monday. So it's tomorrow. So that certainly dates the podcast. You'll see how long it took me to edit this and make it come out. Now you'll know.
Now you know.
Oh, jeez. I'm drinking my homemade beer.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it was the first time I got a chance to do one in a while because Charlotte was a detriment to making beer.
Of course. I mean, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. And hard
also,
to do.
But yes, I made a Kolsch. It's delicious. It's the first time I got to use some of my fancy new equipment that I'd bought. What do you?
I just love that. Like I was like ready. I was like, okay, I can't wait to see what kind of beer it is. Like I have a pretty good handle on the kinds of beer that exist.
Yep.
So like I'll know.
You'll know.
And then you just say a word
that you've never heard before.
I've never heard in my fucking life.
Okay, so Kolsch is a. Okay, let me set the scene for you. So
yeah, step back here. Step back a little bit.
Yeah, let's step back into time. So back in the day, when they first discovered lager yeasts, right? Yeasts that can brew at like really low temperatures, they were all the rage, Steven. People were losing their shit. They were like, this is the best thing ever. I love lager yeast and I want to use it for everything. But some parts of Germany, they were not happy. They said no.
Because that's not real beer.
Because that's precisely, this is not real beer. This is bullshit.
This beer is not following the rules, and it is not beer.
So I'm going to pronounce this poorly, but Köln, is that the part of Germany where Kolsch is from? I think that's right. Koln. So they cracked down hard. They were like, in this city, there shall be no beer that is brewed with lager yeast. That not acceptable. Like you cannot sell it, you cannot make it. It shall not be done. So they were fucking around and they found a strain of yeast that's technically an ale yeast because it's top fermenting rather than bottom fermenting, which is the one that's like the big difference between the two other than the temperature. But anyway, the point is it can handle pretty low temperatures, but it's technically an ale yeast. And so they made a beer that's basically like right on the edge for what is considered like an ale. Like it's almost a lager, but it is technically an ale, and they brewed the shit out of that and became extremely popular. And they basically
say, if I know anything about Germans, is that technically correct beer must be the best kind of beer.
It is fantastic. So yes, I needed a temperature control system to be able to brew this properly. So I finally, which my temperature controls, I mean, it is a good temperature control system, but basically it's like essentially an aquarium pump that sits in a giant like bath of ice water. And like it runs through some coils and keeps the beer cool while it's brewing. And it did a fantastic job and the beer turned out great. So I was very happy. This was a little bit of an experiment. So it's excellent.
Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're enjoying the fruits of your labor.
Oh yes. Delicious beer flavored fruits. But yeah. And also thank you for the Christmas gift. I didn't realize that it's a 15-hour campaign.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Steven got me what the fuck was it called? Distant Skies, Sleeping Gods Distant Skies, which is like it's like a campaign board game. So when you come up, we'll have to actually we'll have to play through around. Like Lauren and I played maybe a couple hours just to test it out, but I didn't want to go too deep in it, mostly because I wasn't ready to commit to a 15-hour campaign at the time that we started it.
Yeah. But
it might be fun to because especially if you're here for a couple nights, maybe we'll just play
No, that sounds fun. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then I also got. Have you ever played Spirit Island?
I don't think so.
Okay. No, it's another co-op board game. Really fun. holy shit, dude, it's so fucking hard. Like,
Yeah, I mean, board games get intense.
So Lauren and I are playing on the lowest possible difficulty of the game. And basically the game is like you are like elemental spirits and you're trying to fend off like invaders to the island that you all live on. And so the whole game revolves around basically like using your abilities to like drive the invaders off, destroy their cities and towns, and, you know, generally fuck them over until they get off the island. And Lauren and I have played a few games. We've won like about half of the ones that we played, maybe a little bit more than half. So we're getting the hang of it. But like, holy shit, the first time we played, we got fucking steamrolled. Like, it was disgusting. And we're playing on the lowest possible difficulty. Like, this is like, we are basically playing on the baby mode version of it. And like, there's people that are like ramping this up to like there's like, I think there's like 10 levels of difficulty. And then there's like expansions that make it even more difficult. And I'm just like, dude, I finally, like, I played like a solo round to like really try to get my bearings. And I finally played through a solo round and won in a way that I felt like I knew why I won. So like, oh, dude, it's ridiculous, but it's a lot of fun. It's a really good game, but it's also extremely frustrating when you lose.
Yeah, that sounds, I've played games like that before. I've played the zombie one. Like, you're fighting against zombies and you have to like repair your base and stuff like that.
Oh, I think I might have
played
that one.
It's a famous one.
I think I might have played that one once.
Yeah.
And that was really, really hard.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, the AI of those games can be brutal.
Yeah. It's just like, what do you mean they still get to do things? It's like, I don't want that to happen. Can we chill out for like a round?
It's like, did you not calculate that like you should have used this because it gives you a 12.5% increase in your power per turn instead of 13?
Oh, dude. And like, in this, there's fast and slow powers. So there's powers that you use before the invader's turn, and then there's powers you use after the invader's turn.
Cool.
And the slow powers, like, if you don't get your shit together in understanding how to properly allocate those, like, which we're only just getting the hang of now, but like, it's just like, it's so fucking difficult because it's like, you're like, oh, I can do that. Oh shit, it's a slow power. That means it'll already be too late to do that. So I have to think like a turn and a half ahead to be able to use this effectively. It's fucking, goddamn it, man. It's really good, but it's so fucking hard.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so what have you been up to?
Well, I mean, in recent news, there's the new Severance Season 2 drop.
Oh, yes. I had a feeling you were going to be watching that.
Yeah. You've seen Severance Season 1, right?
I have not. Because it's on Apple TV, and I never got around to actually like watching it. So,
I did, however, finish the Gundam movies. I don't even know if I said I was watching those.
Oh shit! Okay, which ones did you?
Yeah.
I guess
the
all
original,
of them.
all three,
the
three original Gundam movies. Yeah, so I've seen Gundam now, actually.
Oh damn! Okay,
and I guess I'm gonna. I mean, every time one of my friends, Conrad, comes over, we watch Gundam as well. So
okay,
it's gonna take me a while to get to Witch from Mercury at this rate. But I'm getting there.
You're watching them like in order?
In order, yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. Okay, so wait, you didn't actually watch like, did you watch like the recap movies or something?
Yes, they're edited by the director of the original Gundam. Like, it's him doing it.
I understand them to be pretty. I mean, it's not the full Gundam, but it's a lot.
Yeah, and it's like I've played Journey to Jaburo and all like those Gundam games, and so it was like I did basically understand the story of Gundam. Ultimately, like I'd seen all of the scenes, right, all the big ones, and it's like, yep, I've seen them again.
Yes.
And it's good though. I mean, it was a good anime. I gotta say, original Gundam stands up for sure.
Gundam does stand up. It's like, it's one of those things. It's like, I was like, when Lauren and I were going to watch the original, I was like, okay, this is old and it's probably going to be kind of trash, but like, it's necessary to watch this so that you can watch the other Gundams. And then we watched it. We were like, that actually fucking rocked.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah,
it's a good show. So I'm going to be excited when you get to, well, okay. First of all, I'm going to be excited when you watch War in the Pocket, because
I think that's what we're watching next, potentially, right? So I think we're going to skip some of the Char stuff.
Okay.
Like Char's counterattack.
Yeah, because that comes later anyway. So, okay. Yeah.
I'm kind of letting him take the reins.
That's
on that. I'm just like,
that's smart.
Hey, you know what you're doing. Yes. You just tell me what we're watching next.
Yeah, please guide me in the Gundam experience. But yes, War in the Pocket. Oh my God, I'm gonna be so excited when you watch that. That's the best one. And then when in the far future, when you get to what the fuck is it called? Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
That's also just...
And like, I've seen Wing and I've seen Seed, so
yeah.
I'm not going to need to like watch. That's like, that's 90 episodes out of the way.
There you go. You could skip right over that.
Yeah, exactly.
Wing.
They are great though.
Wing, in retrospect, after having watched the other Gundams, is one of the weaker ones, admittedly. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched Seed, so I have to see how that holds up.
I love Seed. Seed is my favorite just because it was like the one I really watched as a kid. I would like to watch Wing again. I'd really want to watch Endless Waltz.
Endless Waltz is good. Endless Waltz is better than Wing.
I've never seen those movies still.
Endless Waltz is good.
We have left for dinner reservations like 6 times when I've been in the middle of that movie. Because it always came on Toonami at like 5:30.
Yeah.
And so it would be like, we'd leave at 6 and it'd be like, okay, Steven, we got to leave. And I'd be like, but the Heavy Arms just had his quad chain guns come out.
It's like, I need the quad chain guns. It's time.
I need the quad chain guns, yeah.
Oh my God.
On the anime front, I also finished watching Dan to Dan.
Is that good?
Amazing.
Okay. All right.
So good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was worried a little bit because I'm a big fan of Bakano, but I'm not a huge Dara fan. So like this was me coming back to that author.
Those were words.
Yeah. That's all of his animes are like that. They're all like weird alliteration titles.
I don't think I've even heard of any of those.
Yeah, Bakano is the best one, in my opinion.
Okay. Bakano.
Watch Bakano. That one also you can like spell.
Okay.
Right? Bakano. Like Bakano. Yeah, like you got it.
Except for I couldn't, because I was Bakano, but it's Baccano.
Yeah, but Google got you there.
Google did get, okay, fair.
The robot overlords have your back. It's fine.
Okay, have I heard of this? I don't know that I have. You might have mentioned this at some point.
If not, I am heavily recommending it again, because it is really good. It's set during the Prohibition mostly.
Okay.
Which is like a great setting for stuff. It's all like gangsters and, it's great. Watch it. I love it.
All right.
High recommend. But yeah, Dan to Dan is his most recent thing.
And it's good.
And it was blowing up, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And it was great. It was great.
Fucking excellent. Well, I guess, okay, then on the anime front, I gotta hit you with this. So I finally bit the bullet, and Lauren, for the first time, watched, and I rewatched Log.
Oh my God, the rewatch.
Oh, dude. First of all, other than a few key scenes, I remembered so little from Log. It's amazing. I was like, wait, what happens here? I don't remember this.
Good.
Because it's fucking dense, dude. Holy shit. I forgot how much Log there is. Like, there's a lot of Log. But I reaffirm my stance. It is the best anime of all time. Like, it just is. Like, after watching, because, like, here's the thing, okay? Log is like Game of Thrones, but like the good seasons, and like the whole thing is just the good seasons. Like, it has all, like, because it's like most, like, I mean, like, when people like hear about Log, it's like, oh, it's, it's like a show about like space battles, but it's like, it's basically like a really dense political dissertation on the, like, the various, like, benefits and issues with democracy versus monarchy. And then there's like some space battles sprinkled in. And like, like it's an anime with permadeath, like when people die, they die for real. And like, it's just like, oh dude, it's like, it's hard to describe. Like when I watched it through again, I was like, oh my God, I can't remember, like, I did not remember that this was so, like, I'm just going to say dense again because I can't think of a better word, but, like, it's, like, I did not remember how fucking, like, dense and, like, rich it was as, like, I remembered it being, like, a cool space battle anime, and that was, like, not what it was. So, I do highly recommend watching Log because, holy fuck, so fucking good.
I just wish it was dubbed so badly.
Why?
So I could watch I could watch it on a second screen while I'm like, playing Cataclysm or something.
Oh, you bastard. I know.
It would immediately enable me to watch all of it.
I know. Well, yeah, because I mean, it is one of those shows where it's like a lot of the benefit is in the reading and less on the looking. So
yeah, it's like and like when I play a game like Cataclysm, I end up watching the thing I'm watching half the time anyway when the stuff's happening, right? I'm not like, because Cataclysm's turn-based, I'm not paying full attention to it either. Not that that's an excuse. I wish there was a dub, because I would just watch it in that case immediately.
You bastard. All right.
I know. Well, I don't know. Maybe this has motivated me to watch it. I am tempted. I am in the middle of. I'm watching a show called Alone. I don't know if I've ever talked about that.
No, I don't know that you have.
It's it's just like a survival reality show.
Okay.
But the twist is that like the contestants are all like separated from each other.
Okay.
And they're just doing their own survival thing.
Okay.
Anyway, so just like I'm gonna finish that soon. So I need another thing to watch.
Log it is.
Maybe Log. Just if it was dubbed, it would be 100%.
I know
what I would watch next.
The thing is,
it's so long though, and no one would ever dub it.
So I do reaffirm that it is my favorite anime and possibly the best anime of all time. But every time this has come up, I always do forget what should be the runner-up contender to that. And that is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, well, I've seen that.
I know you have, but
sure.
Like, where do you put that in the canon? Because for me, that's a close second. Like that could be the best anime of all time, but I still think it's Log.
Well, you know what complicates that is there's been a revival of people defending the original.
Yeah, but those people are wrong.
Are they?
I mean, didn't Brotherhood more closely follow the manga?
Yeah, but only in the sense that like the ending was different. But like, I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Like I've heard people be like, well, yeah, but like it's not like the original anime took that ending out of nowhere, right? Like it was still author intent, and then that anime came out, and the manga author was like, okay, well that can't be the ending. It's a GRM. It's the Game of Thrones problem.
Oh, okay. So it's like he sees the ending in reality. He's like, that actually sucks.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's what my ending would have been. Like, let me change that.
It's like, ew.
Yeah. So if you take that part out, I don't know. Brotherhood is amazing.
Brotherhood is amazing. I mean, like,
regardless.
it does sit pretty high up in the MyAnimeList canon of best animes of all time. Notably higher than Log, but I mean.
Yeah, that's because Log is infinitely long.
It's 121 episodes.
Yes, which puts it into the One Piece, which puts it into the One Piece, Naruto, Bleach category of like, wait, how many episodes is there?
Well, I mean that's the thing, because like I think Gintama is like at the top.
Oh my god, yeah.
And like, I mean, Gintama's what, like 500 episodes, something stupid like that. It's like it's a lot, So yeah, fucking yeah, man. Actually, no. You know what is actually at the top, and I don't think deservedly, is Frieren.
Oh well, I mean, I love Frieren.
I don't think it's the best anime of all time. I don't even think it's really in contention.
No, they give it 10 years, and we'll find out where it actually sits.
Exactly. Yeah, I love Frieren. I thought it was great. Yeah. I don't think that it needs to be the top spot right now.
It is not the best anime ever. It is great.
It is great.
Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, that's. I think. So for me. Well, okay, I don't know. I was going to say something that I don't know if I even agree with anymore. I think that for me, Log, Brotherhood, and Hunter x Hunter are pretty high up. I mean, Log is number one. Hunter x Hunter and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood are like pretty high up on the list. I was going to say Ergo Proxy, but like, honestly, like having seen as much anime as I have now, I still really like Ergo Proxy, but I don't know that I put it as high up as I would have used to.
Yeah, I really need to rewatch Ergo Proxy because it's been a long time at this point, and I need to reform my opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, I did watch it again, like semi-recently, like within the past few years, right? And like on the second rewatch, I was like, this is really good, but this also does a lot of things that like
every other anime of that era does.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is not like, it's not as like groundbreaking and new as I thought it was. It's just a really like, I mean, like it is in some ways.
It's one of those animes that has really good wham episodes, right? Those episodes where you're like, everything has changed.
Yes.
But like, it turns out that like anime in general is just good at that.
Yeah.
Like that's anime's strength is the wham episode. And so an anime that has good wham episodes, it's like, okay, cool, but like what else you got?
Yeah, you've met the minimum bar.
Yeah. I think that's what Frieren's going to end up being as well. It's like But I think Frieren's stronger on its like non-Wham episodes. I think it'll end up higher than Ergo Proxy.
I put Frieren in the same category that I put Spice and Wolf of like.
I would put it higher than Spice and Wolf. I haven't seen Spice and Wolf.
So then how can you put it anyway?
I'm talking out my ass. Yeah, so ignore me.
I put it higher than Spice and Wolf. I've never seen Spice and Wolf. It's like, thanks, Steven. Good talk. Yeah. Good talk.
I know Spice and Wolf's reputation.
Let me hit you with this. If you liked Frieren, you will like Spice and Wolf equally as much.
Okay.
Like, dead nuts. It's like, that is... When I was watching Frieren, I was like,
I will say that is categorically not true because I've tried watching Spice and Wolf and failed.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I'm curious because for me, they're like basically the same anime.
It was like a decade ago though, so I don't remember why.
Okay.
Yeah, it could have been because I like had indigestion that day.
It's just like, it's one of those, it's just like they're traveling, you know, and like, you know, you have like a really old godlike creature.
But there's no fantasy combat. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Spice and Wolf is it's
pure slice of life, basically.
Yeah, there is fighting though. Like it's just like it takes longer to get to. But it's not it's not like Frieren fantasy combat. Like exactly. I will give you that. I will give you that.
Yeah. I am a sucker for that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, you'll be proud of me. I watched one of your recommendations.
Oh,
now it's old, and maybe you don't even really remember recommending it to me, and maybe you don't even think it belonged that high on the list. But I watched the One Piece live action.
Oh, fuck yeah! No, great, yes, hell yes, great. That was amazing.
I loved it. I thought it was, the guy that plays
really good
Luffy, like
perfect.
Just give him his Oscar or whatever the thing that is that you get. You know, like
No, he carries that show on his back.
Okay, yes, but
he does, and everything else is great too.
Everybody else is great, but no, he is like every time he was like I was smiling so much during that show.
I'm very glad you watched it because I knew you'd love it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like it's like one of those things. It's like I'm probably never gonna watch. I mean, One Piece is like 1,000 episodes. Like, no,
it's too late. It's too late for us. We're too old.
Yeah, like
we would die before.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have enough time. Like I need a hyperbolic time chamber to be able to watch it.
Of course, if I was immortal, One Piece would definitely be on the list. No question. Robot bodies.
Yeah, robot bodies. Like the first thing I'm streaming to my optical receptacles is One Piece. Because like I mean honestly, after watching it, like there's a part of me that's like very tempted. Like ooh. Maybe I could watch One Piece. So then the other part of me is like, it's 1,000 episodes. Stop.
You have a child.
Yes, you have a child.
You can't afford to be watching One Piece anymore. That is a pre-child activity.
Maybe
you had to get that out of the way.
Unless she wants to watch One Piece, and then in which case we'll.
Well, there you go, and then you're golden.
But yeah, man,
anime's taken over.
It's fucking great. I feel like the guy that played Luffy really is one of the best like encapsulations of an actual anime character, like he walks and he moves like an anime character. He acts and he like has that like, very quick like change of
facial animation.
Yeah. Facial animation.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But like the very, it's like you go from like happy-go-lucky to majime, it's just like, I'm serious time now. It's like, and he's so good at it. So I don't know. It's fucking great. So
no, you brought a smile on my face just making me remember it.
Hell yeah.
I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that thing existing entirely.
Oh, so great. Good. And then okay. I know that you told me to watch the original Chinese 3-Body Problem.
Oh God. Did I really tell you to watch it, or did I just say that it's longer and more involved?
You said that it was good, maybe?
It is good.
Okay.
But it is longer.
I didn't do that. We watched the Netflix one.
Great. That's fine.
Really good. Holy shit.
Yeah. No, yeah. 3-Body Problem is awesome. Yeah. I'm kind of glad you didn't watch the Chinese one.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I've heard that it's slower.
Every single scene is an entire episode.
I've heard it's like really heavy on the science element of it. But like, which is funny because in a show where all the science is made up, it's like, okay, sure. But
I love watching shows like that because they're such a good window into a culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, yes, give me more long form television, China. Like, let me see what you're about, or at least what you want me to think you're about.
Yeah.
And I find that fascinating. So I watch those TV shows more like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like I would never recommend. Yeah, they're good, but you don't watch 100 episodes of.
Oh, is it 100? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Excited.
Well, it's like
for,
the Remnants of the Three Kingdoms anime. They're just like, yeah, more.
Yeah. I still got to watch that Three Kingdoms show like that.
Yeah. Like, that one is worth it.
Yeah. Just to see Guan Yu.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's good. The meme carries.
Good. I mean, I need my Guan Yu to be like the guaniest of you.
Yes, he is. Yeah, 100%. It's great.
Yeah, man. But okay, so you don't have to spoil anything for me, but I'm gonna say something and you don't need to react to it. Just here is my thought with Three Body Problem. I have the feeling, based on what I've seen so far, that this show is going to, over time, if it gets through to the end of the books or whatever, that this is going to turn in a direction of like cosmic horror. Like right now it feels very much like, yeah, all right, we're going to get, we had some setbacks. We're going to get everything together. We're going to fight back and it's going to work and everything's going to we're going to figure this out. And I feel like as time goes on, this is going to lean more towards, this was an insurmountable problem from the beginning and nothing we could have done could have saved us and we're all going to die. That's my read on it. I don't know if that's going to be true or not, but I'm just calling it now for posterity. That's kind of what I think that's the direction I feel like it's heading.
Three Body Problem is not my favorite new wave of sci-fi, but it is up there. It's a good one, and that's a good guess.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I would recommend Blind Sight by Peter Watts, but that's a book, so.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not against books.
It's really, 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 really good.
How long is it? Is it ridiculously long?
No.
Okay.
200-300 pages, maybe. It's very dense.
Okay, all right.
But it's amazing.
Excellent. Now, I have to ask, because I haven't noticed, but have you tried Sparkling Zero yet?
I did, yeah.
How is it?
It's great. I like it. It has reminded me that I am not as young, and it's a fighting game, and there's no difficulty. Well, there is a difficulty, but to do any of the alternate paths, you need to play on the big boy difficulty.
Oh.
And so it's I'm trying to beat Nappa as Goku before Piccolo, because I can do all the main story beats. That's not hard.
Sure.
But trying to do the challenge stuff, it's okay, it's been a while since I played a Dragon Ball game. So no, it's been great. No, I've been having fun.
It's funny you say that. I'm having a similar reaction to so I've been playing Warhammer 40K Battlesector.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hard fucking game, dude.
It's a hard game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am so I started the campaign and I got maybe 4 or 5 missions in and I was I have fucked my skill tree and everything is wrong and I suck, and so I just started over.
That's what you got to do.
Just roll it around again, and I feel like I'm doing better this time. I rushed auto bolt rifles for my intercessors, and I rushed
nice
the heavy plasma rifles for my my hellblasters. But dude, those fucking Tyranids, man, they wreck your shit. It is appreciably difficult. That game.
Yeah, that was a very fun game. I thankfully went into it with many hours of Total War and XCOM under my belt.
Yeah.
But it was still a challenge. Definitely a reset fest for sure.
Yeah, I'm doing just a lot of, okay, not too many things happened that were bad to this turn. I'm going to hit save.
Yes, yeah. It's that went well. Let's write that into the books real quick.
It's that one's acceptable. We'll go ahead. Yeah. We'll check that one off.
Yeah, concentration of forces.
Yeah.
That's the key strategy in those kind of games.
Yeah, I am learning that because the first run through, I was always trying to pull a group here, a group there, and that was the wrong move every time.
One group on the left, all 7 other groups on the right.
And that group on the left, that's going to get killed.
That group on the left, it's just retreating the whole time. And that's all it's doing. And then it dies.
Yep.
And in the meantime, you've killed their entire army.
Jesus Christ, man. It's very true. It's very accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's a great game, though. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And it has a lot of content.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like they keep adding more content.
Yeah, because they know they can make money.
Yes.
They're yes, keep buying it.
And then I also played through Tunic.
Oh, yes, that little cute RPG game.
Yes.
I heard it's very good.
Do you know much about it?
No, I understand. the tenor around the game makes me think there's some sort of twist potentially.
Yes. Okay. So basically, this is one of these. It's in the same vein in a lot of ways as something like Outer Wilds, where like there is a level of like knowledge gates to it. So it's like you can do like a lot of things from the start, but unless you know you can do them, you won't do them. Which is always I like games like that a lot.
Yes, it is a cult.
Yes, I mean Outer Wilds being the prime example of that, and it's. Yeah. I know you are not as big of. I would not recommend you play it because I don't think that you're really as big of a fan of those kinds of games. For what, although this game actually
overlap for me on those. Noita is the overlap point. You would love Noita because it is exactly that kind of game.
Yeah, where you want. Yeah, I mean,
where it's like you can play the game that Noita presents you with. But like you can actually just like do something entirely different that's better.
What scares me about Noita is I feel like I have the same I'm gonna have the same experience with it that I had with Terraria, where there's just too much in the game. Like
if you bought this is probably because this is what I did with Noita, so I assume you would have a similar experience to some extent. I played the game that Noita presents you with.
Okay.
And I beat that game, which is like you just go down 3 levels in a dungeon. Yep. You spawn in and you beat the final boss, and like that's tough.
Yeah.
Right? That's still a tough thing. And it's like my roommate Chandler currently has like a playthrough going where he's like traveled through 12 interdimensional worlds and like become a god who like rules over a domain of like innocent creatures that won't attack him, and he can like blow up the sun and become the moon, right? Like there's like 3 more levels happening. He can like visit heaven, and it's like but like I still got like 100 hours out of beating the normal game.
Okay,
which is still really fun.
Okay.
So I would recommend it. It's also usually like $5.
Fair enough. So with Tunic, I don't know if you would. I mean, so it's very much like it's like a top down. Like Zelda like in a lot of ways, like but it has like Dark Souls ish combat in that it's like dodge roll stamina based.
Okay.
But the like the main contention, right, like the main hook, right, is that it is presented in the style of an actual like NES game from the like sense of it has an included instruction book, like that is like an old school like instruction book, and you can pick up pages of that in the game as you progress, but the instruction book is not written in a like actual language. It's written in like in like Tunic language,
game language. Yeah.
And so like, and there's no point in which you have to figure out how to read the instruction booklet. Like that's not
sure. Yeah, I get it.
People have because they're psychopaths, but you don't have to do. That's not necessary to getting the good ending or anything like that. But like a lot of the game is figuring out what the instruction book is actually telling you from context clues, and then kind of building off of that. But it's like really, it fucking rules, dude. It's so engaging. Like it was such a fun game to play. So if like it's
okay.
Because it has an actual gameplay component instead of literally just like wandering around, like there might be like an actual desire for you to play it. So it could be worth checking out.
Yeah, I like that. Sounds good. It's definitely not been on my radar per se, but I've been aware of Tunic.
It's been on my list because like like all of the like video essayist people are like, oh, Tunic, you must.
Tunic.
You must play Tunic. It's very relaxable. It's so good. And then also, like, everybody and their fucking mother have been playing Baltro.
Yes. Every time I walk downstairs for the last month, Baltro is playing. I know what you mean.
It's
like, and it's been out for like a while.
It
too,
has
which
been
is
out
weird.
for a while. I kept seeing it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then like I watched Northern Lion playing.
Oh, have you been infected?
Oh God, it's like, here's the thing though. I've kind of stopped because it's like it got to the point where I was just like, I want to play some other games now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like, there's a certain because it's a rogue like, right? And so it's like permadeath like. there's a level of frustration when you're getting a good run in and then it dies to like the last boss and you're just like,
yes, don't I know that from
it's like
Slay the Spire.
Yeah, and it's exactly like Slay the Spire. So it's just like It's like, okay, I need to put this down for a while because I'm making myself angry. It's not making me happy.
It's a healthy choice.
Yes, exactly.
Play some Disco Elysium.
I keep thinking about it. I want to replay it because I hadn't replayed it since like the DLC and like all the full voice acting came out. So I have to at a certain point. I was playing Citizen Sleeper for a while to like kind of, get me in the mood to play Disco Elysium. And then I got to the point with Citizen Sleeper where I was like, I had a good clip going and then I just didn't feel like I lost, like I failed at one of the things. It was like the first thing that I failed at. And I'm like, okay, I need a little break from this because it's like, I got a little too big for my britches. I was flying too close to the sun. I was like, I could take on like 6 different things at once. And it's like, actually I could take on 5 different things. That was the correct answer. So got a little out of hand. So I need to take a break and kind of get my bearings again in that game. But yeah, other than that, what else you had going on?
Yeah, basically it. I mean, I've been rewatching Supernatural, but I don't have anything particular to say about that. You would probably like Supernatural.
I think I feel like I've heard of Supernatural, but I've never actually like watched
it. It's like one of the big CW shows that was around.
Oh, CW. Okay, yes. Yeah, Supernatural. Okay, I'm aware.
Supernatural. Yes. Yeah. It's very anime.
Is it?
Yeah. A lot of CW shows are very anime.
Supernatural.
What is this? The Winchester brothers, Sam and Dean, roam the American countryside, hunting demons and ghosts and trying to reconcile the death of their father with their family.
Fantastic. I don't know. I literally don't know anything about that. I've just heard of it, and that's it. I think that's really the extent of it.
Yeah, it's very. It has a very Star Trek like episode structure and season structure, where it's like mostly episode of the week stuff, but there's an overarching like thing happening every season.
Thank you. You explained what I was going to ask you to explain. Okay.
And season 2 grows a beard, and then the rest of the series is much better after that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Okay. Well, anything else on your front?
I did make 2 songs.
Oh, cool.
Because it has been a couple months, so I had some time to make music.
Cool.
Okay, let me hit you with. So actually, apropos, right? So because I've been playing a lot of Citizen Sleeper, the music from that game fucking rules, and so I was trying to make something similar. And
I don't know if you were going for this, but I think you've unintentionally made good submarine music.
Oh, interesting. That was not my intention, obviously.
Yeah.
But
yeah. It just reminds me of like Dry Docks,
Oh, I could see that. I was trying to like really heavily use bit compression as the distortion element.
It creates an underwater effect. It's interesting because it's very like airy.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I dig it.
Yeah, no, it's good. I could definitely imagine like a modern indie, like, PlayStation era, like you're just in a submarine and this is what's playing.
You're just in a submarine.
You're just in a submarine going around. You got this cool soundtrack. Yeah, it's really that like that 2-note you're doing.
I see what you're saying.
And then what is that? Your voice? The wow 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 wow.
No, it's just a synth. Surprisingly.
Oh, really? Enough. It sounds like you're using a vocoder or something, kind of.
Yeah, it is very vocody. Also, I don't know if you noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So when the drums come in, I actually apply a tiny little bit of swing to the notes.
What time is that?
I'll try to find it. Yeah, so like if you listen around like 33, you can hear that it's like very like it's very rigid. It's like it's just 8th notes, right? Or I think 16th notes rather. And then as soon as the drums hit, it switches to being swung.
I'll take your word for it.
It's subtle.
Yeah, I'll take I'm sure it matters, but I'll take your word for it there.
It was something that they did on the Citizen Sleeper soundtrack. So they used a shit ton of bit crushing, which I was like, oh, okay. I've never really got bit crushing before. Like I was always just like, oh, okay, bit crushing. It's like another thing you can do. But like on the Citizen Sleeper soundtrack, I was like, oh, that's how you use bit crushing. You use it to make it sound fucking crispy and amazing. And then they also used a lot of like little like swung arpeggios, and I was like, okay, I think I can make that. So, yes, okay,
interesting,
and cool. And I guess it ended up being also submarine music.
Yeah, it also be submarine music. Yeah,
So then
Turns
this
out
one,
bit crushing is underwater.
Gonna bit crush the underwater. So then this next one, this is the last one, but so we'll see if you. I'll let you know afterwards what I was kind of going for on this, but this is something I've been meaning to make for a while in relation to a conversation that you and I have had a couple times on this podcast.
I mean, that was good. I'm not sure what thing was that doing.
So there's a thing that I like in music that I don't know. I hope it was as obvious here as humanly possible, but
the earthboundness of it.
Well, so there's a thing where sometimes somebody will play a riff, right? But then they'll have another instrument come in at a different part of that riff than you would have otherwise expected to be the downbeat, like the one, right?
Okay.
And I built this entire, like the first section of this track is instruments coming in at different points to try to twist the riff and make it sound like it's not the same. The most obvious part, I think, of that is probably right at around 44 where the drums come in, because it sounds one way and then the drums come in, then it suddenly makes it sound as if the riff is starting on a different note than when the song started, because it literally does. I mean, I start the drums at a different part than when the actual the song started.
You said 144?
44, sorry.
Oh, 44. Okay. Yes, that the drums definitely do come in around then.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I will say though, this was not, honestly, in retrospect, this is not as strong of a feel to that as I was going, because I was trying to pull the same trick over and over, introduce new instruments and constantly have it change. And even to my ears, it's a little bit difficult to hear it change that way. But what I've figured out, I think, is that the correct order for things to come in is you start the main riff wherever you want to start the main riff. Then you bring in the drums, and that reinforces where 1 and 3 are. Because if you have a kick drum, right, it's going kick, snare, kick, snare. It's that really strongly reinforces that's 1. And then you bring the bass in where the kick drum would have normally told you it's 3, right? So, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and you bring the bass drum, or not bass drum, sorry, you bring the bass in on the 1, 2, 3, and that makes that 3 sound like 1 to me. So I'm working on another track that does that. I can never
even tell the difference between 4/4 time and 1/16 time. So.
Okay, people in the comments, you're gonna have to tell us if you hear it, because for me it's very obvious, between before the drums come in and after the drums come in. It's oh, the riff now sounds different because now the downbeat has been reinforced. It's this is where 1 is, not where you thought it was. But okay.
It's I think there's a phenomenon where the front man of bands have to clap on an off beat for the crowd to get them back on the correct beat for the song, because they're clapping to the wrong beat.
Yep.
And it's I'm definitely one of those people. When I bob my head to music, I can always tell that I'm bobbing it in the exact opposite pattern of everyone else. It's always just oh, okay, this is weird. Why
did they think you're out? Everybody's up, you're down. You're what is happening?
I'm just this is very strange.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So it's lost on me. I'm sorry. It sounds good. I like it.
So you found it earthboundy. I do like that, because I was definitely going for an earthboundy feel.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were maybe talking about.
Okay.
I did not know that I could tell you were doing something with switching instruments out, but I didn't realize that was supposed to change how the beat sounded.
And on that note, let's continue on with this podcast where we talk exclusively about music.
We don't have to exclusively talk about music. We used to do movies and stuff.
We did. We
can do those again.
If anybody out there in listening land wants to tell us, no, stop doing music episodes, we got to do more movies. Let us know. This is for you too. It's not just for us, although it's mostly for us.
Yes.
Ah, shit. But anyway, all right. Shall we talk about some albums?
Yes, definitely.
Let's talk about some albums.
Yes, 4 of them, in fact.
4. Yes, it is the magic number that we typically do. So what were the 2 albums you recommended, Stephen?
I recommended Gliss Riffer, the fourth studio album by American electronic music musician Dan Deacon, and With Julia, I guess is the name of the album, by Kid, and I'm gonna butcher this, Frenscoli?
That's what I would have gone with. So
okay, well, that's my best effort. I think that's what it is.
And why did you recommend these two albums?
I love a few songs on each album.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I had never listened. I'd listened to all of Gliss Riffer. I'll be honest, I'd never listened to this other album before in my life. I just like a couple songs from this artist.
Okay.
And this is the only album I could find with those songs on it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
And how about you?
Yes. So I recommended Spring Island by Delta Sleep and Gods and Monsters by Juno Reactor. Now, Spring Island, I mean, that goes without saying. I fucking love Delta Sleep, and you like Delta Sleep as well.
I do.
So I was just like, all right, they have a new album. They actually have another new album because this album is from 2021, but like I hadn't got around to recommending this, and when their new album came out, I was like, okay, I should probably get around to recommending Spring Island, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Plus, honestly, I think I have grown to find this is, I think, become my favorite album by them. Did not start out that way, but over time, I think this might have become my favorite album by them. And then Gods and Monsters. Yeah. And then Gods and Monsters, fucking, you told me you hadn't listened to a Juno Reactor album. So I was like, okay, well, this is the one that I really like. So we're going to listen to fucking Gods and Monsters because I have a feeling you're going to, because it's Matrix music. It's fucking Matrix music. So
funny story about that one, actually.
Okay. We're going to find out you actually had listened to this album. That would not surprise me.
No. I remember listening to this album for the first time and being like, wow, like this is like, I'm going to definitely describe this to Jason as like Matrix music. Like this sounds so much like the music from the Matrix. It's crazy. Like, are they just like, is that like a style I wasn't aware of? Are they ripping off the people who did the music from the Matrix? Like, what's going on here exactly? And it just like, it took me like one listen and then like looking back at the name of the album, like, oh yeah, Juno Reactor. Oh, the people who did the music for the Matrix. That explains it, huh? Yeah. That was a fun little, hour for me.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I vote we start with Julia.
Great. Okay, let's do it.
All right. So, okay. I liked it.
Cool.
I think the way I will encapsulate this album is this sounds like a dude that watched the YouTube tutorials and then actually like internalized all of those things and followed them and did them. Because like this, to me, like I don't know that this album does a lot that's like groundbreaking in any way. It's just kind of like a really like well put together, competently made album. But like, boy, is it, like it just feels like all of these tracks are just like really well mixed, and there's a good choice of instruments in all of them, and it's just like, oh, okay, there's so many things where it's just like you listen to it, you're like, oh, okay, like that sounds it sounds cool, but it sounds really raw, or like this is weird. It's like the whole time I was like, this is polished to shit, man.
Yeah, my thought was often just like smooth.
Yeah,
like this album is very smooth.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, first track is good,
Yes. And I love Julia Minkin, I guess.
Yes. She's
beautiful
good
voice
on this album. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, this is a great intro song.
Like, really, for me, it's just what is that? Like I don't know what to call that sound, but it's just like, it's like the instrument that comes in around like 36 seconds. I guess it's kind of like an electronic, like
guitar.
Marimba?
Marimba. Yeah, okay, marimba, yeah.
Is it a marimba? Is it the full-size marimba?
Should have cut for this album.
But like, I mean, like, I don't know. I listen to this beat and I'm just like, this is just, it's like, it's very minimal. It doesn't try to do too much, which is good. It doesn't like get in its own way at all. It's like, it's really head bobby. Like when I, like a lot of these songs on this, I just like, I instinctively do like a little head bob motion.
Yeah, I'm doing one right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, it's part of that like wave of like big band revival kind of music almost. You know what I mean? Like swing.
Big band.
Caravan
I don't know if I know what you're getting at. I don't think big band necessarily,
but not
like
not like that's that like era.
Like there is. Okay, I'm gonna say something wrong, but I think that it's along the lines of what you're getting at. Is like there's almost like a bossa nova-ness to this, even though this is not bossa nova,
an old timiness.
Yeah, but like not old timey, like because I think big band is too late. It's like, I mean, this is very disco era in a way.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, obviously there's a song
favorite.
Called Disco Queen,
but
like, and not all of this is that. Like, maybe it's 70s. There might be like a 70s feel to this that I'm latching on to, because there's also like, there was a couple, like, I was actually going to make a comment, and then I ended up on subsequent listens realizing it wasn't true about all of the tracks, but there's almost like an 80s synthwave-ness to some of these tracks. And I'll point out when I specifically hear it.
No, yeah, I definitely feel that. It has a lot of synth.
Yeah. And it's there's a nice blend of acoustic and electronic instruments in this as well. But yeah, I mean, like around like 2 minutes 50, he dials back like on the filter to like, push everything into the background. It's just like, oh yeah, like the classic, like bridge to build up, it's just like this guy.
Yes.
He read the manual. He knows what to do.
Yeah, no, this is a great intro song.
Solid throughout.
Yeah, then we slow down a bit for My Baby.
Yeah.
See, this feels like lounge music almost to me.
See, this one to me has a tinge of bossa nova to it. I don't know if I'm wrong in saying that. I probably am. But yeah, very understated. Very understated.
Yes. I don't know if I hear the bossa nova in this one.
I'm probably
This one
wrong.
is very understated.
I'm probably misremembering what bossa nova is.
The girl from Empanita is watching.
Yeah, no, like around like 54 seconds. That, and maybe it's something else, but like my mind goes to bossa nova, even if that's wrong.
This feels like a jazz singer kind of thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, like lounge music is probably correct. Your comment
this
about
song,
it being loungy.
Yeah. This song in particular.
I could see like smoky jazz club, lady in a red dress, like, it's like
you walk into that bar on Fallout 4 and this is the song she's singing instead.
Yeah.
Good Neighbor.
Yeah. It's good. It doesn't do anything too crazy, but Prince Vince.
I really like Prince Vince.
This is the track.
I never heard this one before I recommended this album.
It's the best one. I think. Disco Queen, we'll get to it. Disco Queen's probably my second favorite, but like,
yes,
honestly, like, okay, so this track is short, right? Like 2:32, and it really does sound like they built this off of a sound check. Like the 1, 2, 3, got me. Like that sounds like it was a sound check that they were like, oh, that's too perfect. That has to be a song. But
yes.
Like this does the most interesting things to me on the album.
No, they definitely had fun with this one. This one is definitely the most modern feeling, especially the end.
That crazy like slide whistle sound they basically have going through it, like
yeah. This feels like a modern electronic track for sure.
Oh god, and then like the bass at like 1 minute, the really like whubby bass.
Yeah, but I love the whole. I mean, they do have such great fun, and then they come back in with that line, and then I really love the ending though for sure.
Oh yeah, when it starts going nuts.
Yeah, when it goes nuts at the end, just like that last 1, 2, 3 got me, and then from like 150 on, because it starts like what is it like crispin when you hit the limit of your mixer, it like
when it clips
a little bit, yeah.
When it crisps, I'm gonna start calling it that, dude. You're crisping the limit.
You're crisping the audio.
Fantastic. No, this is. I mean, honestly, like. It's 1.1 million plays versus 4.4 for Blow Up, but honestly, like this one, in the end too, like the fucking like Pac-Man dying sound.
No, I love that whole little end section. It's great. It's a very fun track, and then we're back to the smooth.
Yeah, boom boom number 2.
Yeah, we never hear boom boom number 1 though.
We may never.
We may never.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice duet.
Yeah, hurts my ears a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit. Does it not hurt your ears a little bit?
Oh, maybe at like 50 seconds?
More than that. The whole song, I feel like. But yes, definitely at 50 seconds. It's like, I don't know what note that is, but it must have a very high hertz value.
Are you talking about the clap?
No, the fucking okay, 103. The
that
piano or whatever. Piercing loud shrill note. I mean, it sounds good, but like it hurts my ears ever so slightly.
It is a little painful.
It's a little painful. You know, you got to suffer for your art, I guess.
You have to suffer for his art.
For his art, yeah. It's just like he's committing mass ear terrorism.
It's like, sorry, okay. There's an album that it's a perfect segue, so I have to mention. There's an album that I'm going to recommend in the future called Gray Data. And, okay, first of all, it rules, and I think you'll like it. But second of all, it is one of the loudest albums that exists.
Okay.
So there's something called the loudness units at full scale, or LUFS, which is like how you typically... You familiar with LUFS?
I am familiar with LUFS.
Okay. So you
can explain it for our audience, though, if you want.
Yeah. So basically, the whole deal with LUFS is it's basically like trying to determine like how loud, like a track or an album is. And, it's basically like, if you at the like high, I believe it's like at the highest like volume that your stereo can play, like what the loudness like level of it is basically. And Gray Data, if I remember correctly, has a LUFS value of something like 3.4 or something stupid like that, which doesn't sound like a lot until you realize that the LUFS scale is typically a negative value.
Wow.
It's a thing. It is loud, but like it's not as loud as you would. It's just like, the best way I can describe it is when you have it turned all the way down, it still sounds loud. That's like how it is.
You're sending me mixed messages here, but I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah. Like it's not going to like, you're not going to die by listening to it, but it's one of those things where it's just like, you can't turn it down. No matter how low you turn it down, it still sounds loud.
So many lines before dying is even on the list. Just FYI, that shouldn't even be like a consideration.
Well, with this album, it is.
Okay.
It's a consideration.
Good to know.
Oh, dude. Anyway, so yes, I just wanted to mention that since you're talking about ear terrorism, that is definitely an ear terrorism album. Because so there's a guy called Dan Worrell who's like a YouTuber that I follow for like music production, and he tried to basically one of the because LUFS is measured off of a sine wave, right? Like it's basically a full scale sine wave is 0 LUFS. It's basically filling up the space as loud as a sine wave can be. The thing is though, is a square wave is technically more on than a sine wave, because a square wave is like basically always on versus a sine wave is not. Because a sine wave, dips up and down, whereas a square wave is like all the way to the max at the top, all the way to the max at the bottom, oscillating like that. And I think a square wave, like a full scale square wave, is something like 3.4 LUFS. And so like this album is basically like the sound of a square wave the whole way through. Because he had made an album or like a song or something that was like 2.3 LUFS, which is already ridiculous. But like the fact that like he actually is the one who I found out about this album for. He's like, yeah, I thought I had the loudest song ever made until somebody told me about this song Parallel Deserts by the band 5 Star Hotel. It has a LUFS value of something stupid like 3 or something. And I'm just like, oh fuck, okay. So it's loud as all hell. But yes, it's on the list.
I'm gonna say I'll look forward to it, but that's a lie. I'm not looking forward to that at all.
You like Melt Banana?
I do. Actually, I recently found a band that sounds a lot like Melt Banana, and I was very excited.
It's in the same kind of category. I think you might like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I'm sorry, the LUFS value thing, it's silly.
It is silly.
I made an album to maximize the LUFS value. It's like, why did you do that?
Look, all right, they didn't ask whether or not they should. They only asked whether or not they could.
Yeah, they made dinosaurs. Okay, well, cool.
Okay, does she? This is the one I was thinking of that has a very like synthwavy feel to it. Like
yes, this is very 80s synth pop.
And they're like, oh, I feel like there's like some other element.
Is this album like moving forward in time to get closer to actual disco at the end?
Well, disco is before synthwave, so I guess no.
Is it moving parabolically through time?
Parabolically. It's Hyperbolica, the album.
It's hyperbolic. Yeah, it's a hyperbolic time chamber album for disco.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So like at like 150 or whatever, like the little like it's like almost like the fucking Phil Collins, like,
oh god,
you know,
at 150. Okay, wait, let me get back there.
Like fucking
yes. Oh yeah, I mean when
you know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Fucking In the Air Tonight, ba, 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 but not that, obviously.
Yes, very epic synth pop feel to this song.
Yes, which I always dig. Yeah, no, it's good.
They're very sparing with the vocals on this one as well, which I think is one of the best parts of this album. So it's a little disappointing in that sense.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, although Prince Vince, very sparing, but I feel like used so effectively.
Yeah,
that
they make up
matter.
for it. Yeah, I feel like this middle section, honestly, like, I'm not really a big fan of Does She. I Don't Know How is like also just kind of like, sure.
Yeah, I was very like finger on the skip button with I don't like it's not that it's bad, it's just like I don't
it's not doing anything.
Yeah, Mr. Know-It-All, same deal. It kind of doesn't really grab me.
I like Mr. Know-It-All a little better, but like it also is the lead up to Disco Queen, so I don't.
Yes,
Disco Queen is the real treat for me.
I guess
especially that intro too for Disco.
It's
Queen.
what, like 104 on Mr. Know-It-All.
104.
I mean, I feel like I feel like that's actually almost very like 90s pop sounding to me.
No, it's great.
It's good. I like, again, it's read the manual, you know, touches. Does it all really competently. But yes, Disco Queen. Let's get to the meat of the issue here.
Yeah, the real meat.
I mean, this is just, here's the thing. This is so cheesy of a song, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I don't care.
It's like, I'm a ghost.
I'm in love. Oh my god.
I'm dancing right now. Like I can't help it. You know, it's just like bobbing.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. It never gets old. I've listened to this song like I probably listened to this song like for the first time like a decade ago.
Okay, actually, yeah, hit me with this. What were the songs that you knew?
Disco Queen.
It was Disco Queen. Oh, it was just Disco Queen.
I was like, I really like Disco Queen. I've liked that song for a long time. I wonder what album it's from. This one. Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah. God, at 56 seconds, the like weird like synth toms like oh.
Yeah.
And then like the laser gun like it's got all of like the cheesiest shit and it makes it work and it's so good. Like some of the instruments in here are like fucking Casio keyboard ass sounds and it sounds so good. It just proves that like I've heard this said a lot, and I think that it's true, is there's no such thing as a bad sound. There's just a bad way to use a sound.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, always.
And this is that. It's like, it's just a bunch of fucking Casio keyboard sounds, and yet, in context, it sounds fucking gorgeous. Like, it's so well put together. I mean, fucking laser gun sounds, man. Pew, 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 pew.
It's like, there's a reason that, like, laser gun sounds were a thing for a while.
Yeah.
Like, if you put them in disco music, they sound great. Because they're like, I guess they're like cymbals almost, right?
I guess, yeah, or another kind of tom. You know,
or another kind of tom.
They're almost percussive in a way.
They're filling that same role. And of course, there's so much vocals on this.
Mm-hmm.
You just get belting it.
Oh, I love this bass too, like around like 220. 220?
Yes. I think we're in sync here.
So many good noises in this.
Yeah, this
so
fucking
good.
Instrumental part is amazing,
and then we finish it off with Italia 90,
which a good finisher, honestly.
Yeah,
a good way to finish it.
It reminds me weirdly. It reminds me a little bit of Earthbound music.
Yeah, a little bit like the Summers.
It almost even reminds me a little bit of like the Coffee Break.
Yeah, for sure. It reminds me of the end of like Italian horror movies. Because this is the music that plays at the end of Italian horror movies. When the credits are rolling and like there's just like a bunch of blood strewn on the ground and like this is the song that's playing over those credits for some reason.
It's so good. But yeah, solid album. I enjoyed it. It was probably the one I listened to the least out of all of these.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'll go back and listen to Prince Vince and Disco Queen. Like, I mean,
yes,
like,
yeah,
super down.
But the fact that I've gained a song is good enough for me.
There you go. All right.
Hell yeah.
Where do you want to go next?
Let's do the Delta Sleep album next.
Let's do it. So what did you think?
I mean, it's a great album. Definitely had some standout favorites though.
Okay.
On this one. Waterfall is kind of an intro track.
Yep.
Don't have too much to say about that one.
Yeah, it really just gets you into the detail.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's Waterfall. It gets that across.
It honestly reminds me very much of like some of like the intro bits to Ghost City. Like it's very just, it's just a thing that they do, you know?
Yeah, I definitely think I fell mostly with the popular opinion for this album based on view counts.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just like I love the detail. This really the first song. Such a good song. I feel like they've really like this song is nice and it exists in that nice gap where I like the math rock to be not too math rocky.
It's the right kind of math rock.
Yeah, it's the right kind of math rock. Especially the section right around like 2 minutes.
Okay.
In the detail when it first like kicks off.
Yeah. I love the beginning riff to this as well so much. Like, because it's like it's bouncing between like the bass and the guitar. Like,
oh yeah, this, yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, dude. And then they come together like right at like the da 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 da. Like, oh, dude. But yeah, 2 minutes though. Yeah, like when it kicks off,
and then it kind of just goes hard for the rest of the song. Especially that crunchy bit at 3 minutes. They're very punctual with their like transitions. Just like, yeah, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. That's when we transition.
Yes, that is the time.
Those are the times we do those things.
We have allotted the time to when it's going to happen, and that's where we'll be.
The song is actually 4x4, but like minutes.
Oh my god,
no,
I love this song. It's like this is one of my favorite songs by.
Yeah, I love the detail. I don't have any notes written down for View to Fill. Let me just listen to it again real quick. I'm gonna skip around.
Oh, I mean, like the intro to this is just so good.
Oh yeah. This one does start really strong.
Yeah, it's just got such a good riff, man.
Yeah. I mean, this is another solid one.
Oh, where is it? Like 1 minute 30. Rearrange the furniture.
Oh yeah.
I love like this is just full of good. I love this riff, man. Like it's like, you know, they could have just played like but like it's like the little like double picking on a couple of the notes that just like it's just the spice that you need.
Whatever they're doing, they're bending that last note a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. And then once again, very punctual on that 3 minute transition.
Let me listen. Yeah, they're like, this is the time.
It's like, oh, 3 minutes. Let's change the tuning. Yeah. Oh, I like the heavy end there on View to Fill. It's great. But then we get to one of my favorite tracks, Planet Fantastic. I really like this one.
Yeah.
This one feels different than a lot of the other tracks. It's got that more like acoustic-y almost feel. It's not quite what it is, but you know what I mean? Like it's softer.
Yeah.
Especially after this intro. The intro still goes pretty hard because it's math rock. Yeah, around like 40, it like slows down. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like lots of little like that, like that.
Yeah.
Whatever that noise is a good noise.
Yes. Yeah. And then.
Yeah, it's very like very plucky, very like, you know, spidery in a way.
Yeah, a little more subdued.
Be spun. Oh yeah, and I mean, I'm a sucker for like the little like rim clicks or whatever, you know, taking the drumstick, just hitting the rim of the snare.
Yeah. And I don't know what he's singing about, but I like the way the words sound. Like 2 minutes, whatever he's doing here.
Yeah, lots of reverb on him. Right into the sun.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then 220.
Spot. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sucker for the contrast there between the two tones.
Yeah, it's doing that thing that you constantly rag on Opeth for doing.
Yeah. But if you only do it occasionally,
we're gonna have to go back and listen to an Opeth. I feel like they do that less than you think they do.
Yeah, it's been like decades, maybe. Like a decade or two.
Yeah, probably.
Since I've listened to Opeth, like seriously. So who knows what I think. Yes.
By the way, I'm less sure on this album, but I'm pretty sure that this album is mostly about climate change.
I mean, that makes sense. We're now onto Forest Fire.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I like Forest Fire a lot, actually. It's very subdued.
Yeah, this one never really gets going if memory serves, though.
Little darkness.
Yeah. It's still good though. It goes really subdued.
Yeah. Well, because Forest Fire is really the intro to the Softest Touch.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because honestly, I always miss when those transition into each other. So like I have to feel like Forest Fire and Softest Touch are really just an 8-minute and 56-second track. And weathermen get wrong. I mean, some good lines in here. I know you don't listen to lyrics, but for a lyrics guy, there's some good lines in Forest Fire.
Yeah, I bet. I believe you.
Yeah, but Softest Touch, dude.
Yes, Softest Touch is great.
Could be my favorite track on the album. Probably is.
It's before my favorite track.
Oh, Old Soul.
Yeah.
Okay. Old Soul is good too, but...
Yeah. I like this one. I feel like this one doesn't get going until like halfway through, though.
It starts going. It's already like this kind of like...
Yeah, but it's like... This is like... Math rock is like a sports car, and like, yeah, sure, it's going 90, but like going 90 is like the first gear.
Oh, but you got like you got the little like ride bell at like 30 seconds. Ding 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 ding.
I mean, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that like this is like the thing they build onto, and there's like, you know.
But then like, where is it? Like 112, 113. It's like the tom beat. Oh, we got 116.
Yes,
oh, like all those toms, going. Man. Gotta hit the toms.
Yeah, and like they're accelerating, and they keep accelerating, and then 3 minutes, or a little before 3 minutes.
Well, I mean, even before that, like, what, 2 minutes? And then, like, the start-stop bit. Like, 2:15. Oh, dude. So much, like, headbang into this one. But you were saying, what, 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, this is the prog rock buildup.
Yeah, well, it's like they do the typical math rock, and then like they go crunchy. They get that grunge. I love that. I love it. It's like they almost like this part is like it almost gets sloppy, you know?
Yeah, it's like it's almost like very like punk rocky here.
Yeah. Ugh. But it's so short. It's like it's like they give it to you for like 30 seconds, and it's glorious. Well, maybe more like a minute.
Yeah, but like 3:35, he like had the huge scream.
Oh no, it's great. Yeah.
Oh god, this one's like transcendently good.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
me.
you can't keep that energy up, obviously, but it's so good.
I love the outro to this too, like around like 4:40.
Oh yeah, the little like soft part.
Going through a little darkness, mind bracing for impact from the fall. Just so good. But then okay, so Old Soul.
Yeah, this one immediately is just like.
Oh yeah, the intro is so great. Like that really like dissonant sounding beginning.
And then the like whatever that guitar that comes in at like 12 seconds.
Yeah, and just like really like dissonant. Oh yeah.
And then the cadence of his voice is like matching the tempo of the guitar as he's singing, and it's like, well, his voice hasn't come in yet, but it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, like at 35.
Yeah.
I guess it's the more the guitar is matching him, but whatever.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's got some good screaming on here too.
Yeah, this is one of the dirtiest tracks for sure.
And you like it when it's dirty. I know that.
I like a little dirt. Yeah,
a little dirt.
It just feels good.
Yeah, I mean, like this is like one I could absolutely like hear like live. Like it's like the point in the microphone for everybody else to scream. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, like you can see his sweat dripping down his brow. It's like he has to take a drink after every chorus because his voice is just being destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, you do like when people destroy their voices for art.
Yeah. It sounds good.
It does sound good. I mean, I can't lie to you.
So this is probably my favorite song on the album for sure.
It is a good song. I sleep on
even the slow parts.
Yeah, I sleep on this a little bit more than I should. Like this is because Softest Touch for me is so good that like I'm already like too high up in the clouds to be paying as much attention to Old Soul as I should. But Old Soul is really good.
And Softest Touch is definitely better than I remember, but it suffers for being before this for me.
I know how that is. It's like if you have a favorite song, you're like, no, but I want the favorite one. I want the one that I really want.
Oh, Softest Touch is on. That means Old Soul's next. Heck,
it's like get this chocolate cake out of my face because I want the red velvet cake that's coming.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And then like 3:20 when he comes back in.
Well, even before that, where is it? Like 2:30. is that where it turns? Yeah, where you get like the riff kind of like shifts.
Yes.
At page 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so 3 something. Oh yeah, when he gets soft, yeah, and then he comes back in.
Yeah, singing out.
Oh, and the end of this is so like crowd, you sing too. You know, like
no, it's great. Yeah, a crowd pleaser for sure.
For sure. And then obviously dancing music is the transition track.
Transition to Spun, which is also a great song.
Spun is great. I always get confused because Planet Fantastic says Spun into the Sun.
Oh, yeah.
But Spun is this one. So I'm always like, wait, isn't there a track called Spun? There is. It's not Planet Fantastic. They are different. This one feels a lot like something that could have been off of Ghost City. It's got like that, the way that the beat is on this, where it's like, it's like very driving, you know?
Yeah, no, I love this. Yeah. I also really like this track. Especially it has a little like, it has one of those little moments I like at 2 minutes, or 2:07, I think my note says here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that little ping.
Let's see. 2 minutes.
Yeah, they do it a couple times. It's like the
guitar, I don't know if I heard it.
It's like another strum of the guitar at the very end at 2:06, 2:07.
Oh, the
yeah.
Yeah, it's like they have like a delay on it or something.
Oh. And then right on time at 3 minutes.
Oh, I was just listening to it. Oh man, the fucking drums. Oh, I love it.
Yep. Planet Fantastic, this Old Soul, and Spun are the 3 ones I like. Have thumbs up.
I love that like big distorted thing at 323. It's like, oh, dude.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, Delta Sleep, probably one of my favorite bands, man. Like, they're just like, they're so consistently fantastic.
Yes, they've definitely grown on me a lot. They're one of the better math rock bands for sure.
For sure. I mean, I will even say, as a huge fan of math rock, they are one of the better math rock bands.
Yeah.
And
then we go to Hotel 24. Yeah. Jinx.
Jinx. This one reminds me a lot of something off of like their EP. Well, one of their EPs, the Younger Years. It sounds like something off of Younger Years, which I love. I fucking love Younger Years. So like that's a win for me. But
yes, this is a much more just like standard math rock song for the most part. It feels like I don't have any particular notes, but I don't remember there being any like super crunchy parts.
Well, let's check 3 minutes.
Oh, look at that! Right on time, actually. God, they're so good at that.
I don't remember it. Let's check 3 minutes. Oh, there's the crunchy part.
Oh, we're at 3 minutes? Okay, guys, let's go hard.
It's I don't know, this is very headbangy to me. I love this.
No, this is a good one still. I like this.
They just like they're really tight as a band, you know? Like they're able to do all of these like, you know, dun 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 type of stuff that's like hard to do and sound good because you have to be really in tune with the rest of the band and like, you know what I mean?
No, the intro is pretty crunchy. Or the outro, I mean.
It's very crunchy. And then Contender.
Yes, another great song.
Contender is great.
It has a weird the cadence is so weird for this song.
Mm-hmm.
It's very delayed. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's everything happens just a little bit later than you expect it to happen.
Definitely very cool. I had forgotten about this one.
Its placement in the album is interesting to me. It almost feels like something that like could have been more towards the middle of the album. So it's interesting that this is basically like the penultimate track.
Oh, I like the part at 220.
Yeah. They have a real knack for those like it's like the little like repeating note riffs like do 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 like
it's a little like flair. It's nice.
It's underused. I feel like a lot of times like you hear like runs and stuff like that where it's like it's a lot of distinct notes, but like I mean the guitar is an instrument where has a lot of ability to quickly repeat notes like in a way that it would be difficult on something like a piano.
Yes.
It's much more like part of the way that a guitar is that it's easy to do those kind of like repeated note stuff. And it's like, it's not used as much as like it could be. And they make a really good use of that particular technique in their music and especially on this album, which something you don't hear like, like in math rock. I mean, you hear like a lot of tappy all over the place stuff, but like just the simple, like, double pick each note in your run. Like it sounds fucking cool. It almost sounds like a delay effect, but you're doing it yourself.
Yes. I'm just listening to the song.
No, I know. I like his little call and response lyrics as well.
Yeah, right around 3 minutes.
Yeah. Right at 3 minutes.
Yep. More like 3:30, I guess. But yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it almost ends with like talking, basically, or like talking in the background.
Yeah, and a very gentle ending.
Yeah, then you get like the reprise, which they do. It seems like they do a lot. I feel like they did that on Ghost City as well. They had like the reprise version of the intro track. Calculating, calibrating, how the world has overspun. Yeah. I mean, when I first listened to this, I wasn't really digging it like years ago when I first listened to this, and then after a listen or two, I was like, it went from, I don't know if I like this album that much to, this is one of my favorite albums by them. And I don't know why that is because I feel like I've had that experience a couple times with their music where like the first time I listened to it, I'm like, huh. And then like 2 or 3 listens later, I'm like, no, this is my jam to the stratosphere. Like, this is so fucking good. And like, even their most recent album that they just put out, Blue Garden, like the first listen through it, I was like, okay. But now that I've listened to a couple of their albums, I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to listen to this like 2 or 3 more times, and it's probably going to end up being like my favorite album by them. So I just need to give it a little bit more space to breathe.
Yeah, no, I that was a solid recommendation for sure.
Excellent. All right. What would you prefer? Do you want to talk Glyceriffer or do you want to talk Gods and Monsters?
Your choice.
Oh, it's so tricky. I'll tell you what. Let's talk Glyceriffer. Let's just do the normal
great
trade-off order.
Back and forth.
Okay. So I have a story about this one.
Okay, hit me with it.
Okay. So when you sent me your albums, I was about to go out and I was about to go do something. And so I was like, okay, I want to just see, like get a feel for what I'm going to be listening to. So I'm just going to listen to like 30 seconds of like, each of these. And I pulled up Glyceriffer first and I started Feel the Lightning and I couldn't stop listening to it.
Yeah. Feel the Lightning is a strong opener.
I was like it came on. I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, all right. Yeah. And then 10 seconds? And I was just like, oh no, I have to listen to this whole song now because it's so fucking good.
Yeah, Dan Deacon is an Adult Swim find.
Oh,
that's where this comes from. Hearing his music on like bumps.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, so obviously I liked it. Let's get that out of the way real quick.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised by that. I figured you would probably like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker for anything that has like lyrical content as well, and this obviously does. And the lyrics are fucking so good in this.
Yeah, they even some of the lyrics even get through to me, specifically when I was done dying.
Yeah. Okay. So now I gotta say this. So I'm gonna say some words to you.
Okay.
In relation to this album, and you tell me if you agree. So Beck, Devin Townsend.
Okay.
Neutral Milk Hotel.
Sure.
Battles.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
I haven't listened to enough Beck to like really nail down that comparison, but I agree with the other 3.
Okay, fair enough.
For sure.
There's some weird Devin Townsend-iness to this in a lot of places that I didn't expect to find. Well, when I was done dying, the entire time I was like, this is fucking whatever, Something Over the Sea or whatever by Neutral Milk Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the tracks on here like are just in the Airplane Over the Sea. I was like, and then I think like Learning to Relax and Take It to the Max. Like when I was listening to those, I was like, oh my god, this is like Battles. This is fucking. There was even a point where I was like, for a brief moment, I even was like 65 Days of Static.
Yeah, he really goes everywhere on this album. It's a very like artsy fartsy, but it's great. I mean, he pulls it off, obviously.
Yo, he absolutely. I mean, like honestly, there's even like some element to me of whatever the fuck, the one guy. I'm being really descriptive. Clown music.
I'm not. Mike Patton.
Mike Patton. Yeah. What am I thinking of? Why can't I think of the name?
Mr. Bungle.
Mr. Bungle. There's even like a Mr. Bungleness to some of this, but like.
Yeah.
But it resonates with me in a way that...
A kind way of saying it would be, I guess, like artistic bravery.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm going to be weird and I don't like care. because this album is weird.
Oh, it's fucking. This album is
weird.
drugs. This album is drugs to the max.
It is very drugs. It's what people who don't do any drugs think drugs are.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, this is what drugs is. Like, no. If you were on drugs,
you see God and you like go down a mountaintop, and it's like, no, you're just kind of like bored and tired.
It's a nightmare.
Wait, if you're saying something I can't hear you over, feel.
I'm just singing the song.
Oh, okay. It's a very it really hit. I agree with Devin Townsend. It's very Wall of Soundy.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't turned all the way down, and it's still loud.
Yeah. Yes. I wonder what the what is it again? LGH or
the Lufts?
The Luft. Yeah, I wonder what the Luft value of this album is.
Now, okay, the one thing about Gliss River, Feel the Lightning is so good that like it does partially overshadow to me the rest of the album. Although I still think the rest of the album is very good, but Feel the Lightning is like, for me, like transcendently good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's no bad songs on this album, I don't think. Maybe you disagree with me on that.
I don't know if I would say there's any bad songs either. I pretty much like this all the way through. I think that there's like varying levels of goodness on this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, Feel the Lightning is just...
Yeah, because like Sheathed Wings is really good.
Yes.
But it's a lot more simple in how good it is than Feel the Lightning, if that makes sense.
Yeah. This one, by the way, gives me... This one and When I Was Done Dying are the ones that give me the most, like, Beck and Neutral Milk Hotel. I don't know if that's accurate, but, like, that's where I'm... That's
Wait,
that's
this
what
one
I'm
gives you Neutral Milk Hotel?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, not as much as When I Was Done Dying. When I Was Done Dying is like, okay, this is like... This could be a Neutral Milk Hotel song. Yeah. This maybe... maybe this is actually more... Maybe this is
Devin
one...
Townsend to me.
Well, this is actually maybe the more Mr. Bungley one of all of them.
Oh, yes, I agree with that.
Maybe that's where I'm going with this. Maybe that's correct. This is the Mr. Bungley one where I was like, this is Mr. Bungle. I mean, like so many crazy little noises in this.
No, for a while, Sheathed Wings was one of my favorite songs. I've grown out of it a little bit, I guess, but it's very fun. Lots going on. Yeah,
it's got like. I haven't really heard anything. I mean, I'm making comparisons, but I haven't really heard anything that's like this. I mean, just in general, I haven't really heard much that's like this album. Like this album is kind of like, oh, okay, this is. I mean, at one point I had written down, and I don't necessarily think that this is like really comparable, but it's comparable in the feeling. Is that one really weird Jay Dyer's?
Yes.
Like it doesn't actually sound anything like that. It's just in the same experience of like, oh, this is something I've never heard before.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I agree with that. Dan Deacon is very unique.
Yeah. It's killing me though. What is the name of that? It's
Dorian Concept.
Dorian Concept. Thank you. Yeah. I got a very Dorian Concept feel to this.
Yeah. Oh, 2 minutes. Hey,
yes.
Oh my god, the way it just like goes back and forth,
and a lot of like watery sounds too in the background, which are neat.
Yes,
like, squishy,
actually, yeah,
squishy.
Yeah, a very god, what a crazy sound.
And then When I Was Done Dying,
yeah, which is oh my god. Did you ever? You probably never watched the music video for this, right?
No.
Okay,
I'm sure it's good.
It's very good, but the song is also great.
I mean, when I hear this, I mean, so yeah, again, Beck, it's like that song Loser, In the time of chimpanzees, I was a monkey, butane in my veins, and I'm out to cut the chunky with the plastic eyeballs, spray paint the vegetables. Like, I mean, it's like, it's just this kind of like, it's just word salad type of thing.
But these lyrics actually make sense, though.
I mean, if you dig deeply enough, Stephen, the lyrics for Loser also make sense.
So you should just really watch the music video.
Maybe I should.
Because just like the story that he's telling is just like directly visualized, and it's like it's just someone being reborn, right? It's just the reincarnation cycle, and it's really good. But I love this song; it's amazing. The background sounds, the like electricity going in and out. Ugh.
It's like such an assault of words. It's like
yes, it never stops. Maybe you got to feel a little bit like me for once.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh wow, they're doing all the words.
You get lost.
Now, Meme Generator.
Yeah, very dark compared to the rest of the album. I feel like
this one is like first of all, there's just like a lot of like stereo information in this, you know, like a lot of like going, like this is very much like you need headphones to listen to this properly. Like, especially with that voice, like bouncing back in between your two headphones. Like, oh dude, this is the one I think that reminded me the most of like Dorian Concept, where I was just like, oh, this is just like there's a lot going on here. Oh, and then like 117. There's it's using like vocals in such a, I mean, I love this shit. I love when they use like vocals as a like synth element, basically.
So good. So good.
This might be one of my favorite. This is probably one of my favorite tracks. I mean, Feel the Lightning, I think is my favorite, but like this is up there.
Yes, I love the like Bokuska.
Bokuska.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh my god, fucking like perpetual Earthbound references. This
I know
podcast.
it can. Yeah. I played a lot of Earthbound when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, you and me both, man.
Yeah, but more than you, scarily.
Yes, more than me.
Yeah. Yeah, such
Mind
a great
on Fire.
Song. Yeah, I love Mind on Fire.
I love Mind on Fire too. Mind on Fire.
Weird. So good.
Yeah. Again, it's like using like vocals as like a beat or a synth element is just like
this song. Did you ever play LSD Dream Emulator?
Yes.
This reminds me of the Toyland music when you're walking, and it's like.
I believe you. It has been a million years since I played that.
That's
but
fine.
Like,
it's good to forget that song. That noise. It's burned into my brain because I've played a lot of that game with various people.
This one reminds me a lot of Devin Townsend, especially like around
a minute.
Like, what is it? Yeah, like a minute
when he comes in with the big fucking yeah.
Like if you told me that was Devin Townsend on there, I'd be like, yep, I believe that.
Yeah, this is a great anthem song.
It is.
And then and then just skipping ahead to 225.
Yeah. On fire.
So good.
Mind on fire.
Yeah, it really makes you feel it with this end part. You're just like going in circles.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. And it just does this. Oh, yeah, it loops.
Yeah, no, Mind on Fire fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like my mind is on fire. And then the way it ends.
Oh, yeah, with the like.
Yeah, it's just great. Yeah. And then learning to relax.
So the beginning of this sounds a lot like a 65 Days of Static song. It stops almost immediately, but like is it like it sounds very like minor key.
Yeah,
and I was like,
and staticky.
And staticky. I feel like the last 3 tracks, I wish they were shorter. Like, because they're all like, you know, around 6-7 minutes. And I like them, but I feel like I zone out in them at a certain point, even though they're good, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, they just, I mean, you know, that's what happens with longer songs, right?
Yeah. And I maybe we'll get into it when we talk about Juno Reactor, but like I feel like in this, like it's asking me to pay more attention, whereas like in some of the stuff in Juno Reactor when it's long, I'm like, this is not meant to be paid attention to. Like this is just extending the song so you can dance to it for longer, you know? Like
yes, I think that's a very accurate way of thinking about it.
Yeah. And like it's unfortunate because it's like this is good, but it's just like I can't pay attention to this for like the entire 7-minute duration of it. So I have to like
you really just have to pay attention to the bits that are different.
Yeah,
those are good bits. But yes, no, I agree. I'm always a fan of shorter songs. Yeah, and these last 3 are a little hefty.
Now that being said, around like what is it, like 3:30? Like there's a neat part in there.
Yeah, and same with later on around like 5 minutes. There's some good bits in there, but yes, there's a lot of like space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3:48 or whatever.
3:48.
It's almost like a strummed guitar and like a little dee-doo, dee-doo.
Yes. Oh yeah, that part. I like that.
Like this part fucking rules. And then what were you saying? Like around 5 minutes?
Yeah. And all the lyrics come in. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Oh. And then it just kind of fades off. Taken to the max. The beginning of this so battlesy with like the like that. Like I feel like I'm playing Little Big Planet.
Yeah. No, I like that. That's a good way of putting it. Yes, it's very battles. The layering especially.
And it builds on that for a long time. Oh, I mean, like, yeah, even at like 2 minutes, like the like, I mean,
yeah, right. It's 100%.
I mean, when did that Battles out? Like, did Battles like
Battles was way out by then?
What were they? Okay,
yeah. Oh, yeah, no question. Battles is what?
Oh yeah, okay, because Tonto was 2007. Okay, so
yeah, I remember listening to that in the fucking like green car we both had.
Oh God, the Sable, the Mercury
Sable. Thank you.
God, Jesus,
it's been a long time since I thought about that one.
That was a car, all right.
It's a blast from the past.
That car
was garbage.
Its car saw some abuse.
Yeah. And it was garbage.
It was also garbage.
Abused garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this just builds. Take it to the max.
And the thing is, like, it's good. It's just like...
That's all it does.
Okay, that being said, though, what is it? 330 when the, like, bass comes in? A little past 330. I guess more like 340.
Well, I'm getting there.
Literally 340? 344. I do love that. Like, I mean, this is very, like, post-rock build-up, like, fucking making me take forever to get to the point, but like it is good. Like, I mean, you know, a post-rock build-up does work because it takes so fucking long to get to the point, but like, oh boy.
Yeah, it is good.
And I mean, God, yeah, like all like the crazy like vocal stuff at like 5 minutes, 5:30 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then like, what is it? Around like 6:08 when you have like the super crunched like arpeggio. I mean, it's good. It's really good. It's just wish it take so long to get to the point.
Yeah, they could get there in 4 minutes instead of 8. And then Steely Blues, another weird one.
You know, it is weird. I like it a lot as background music because it has like
it's got something going on for sure.
Yeah, it's got, you know what I'm talking about. It's got something going on.
Yeah, it's got something going on. It's very I don't know if you've ever listened to Philip Glass.
Yeah,
but this is 100% Philip Glass.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, yeah, it builds to a big point, and then it just kind of trails off for a really long time.
Yeah, because it's not actually interested in doing the big point thing.
Yeah.
And then it just goes back. Yeah, great. Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
This album rules. I mean, it's like, you know, every so often you will throw an album out there that is just so far out of fucking left field, you know, because it's like, I mean, you know, the electronic music space is obviously like a huge space, but like there's genres and there's things, you know, that are like I mean, fuck, we're about to talk about Juno Reactor, which is, it's trance music, right? And it's fucking trance music to the hilt, okay? But like, this is just like, I don't even know what to call this. This is Dan Deacon music. Like, what else could be said? Excellent.
Yeah, amazing. And then, we get to the big boy.
Oh my God, Juno Reactor.
Juno Reactor.
So what did you think?
I like all of these songs, but I only really like half of them, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they're all doing the same thing, and some of them I really like the little like accoutrements it's adding, and sometimes I'm not as big a fan of whatever they're doing in that particular song, and so I don't like it as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. It was great. I was just like, man, this is so Matrixy.
It really is.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I really like this first song, Inkastepa, though.
I had a feeling you would.
Yeah,
I
strong
had a feeling,
start.
Yeah. It's like, it's so maximalist. It's just like, it's like so much shit is like just like this rolling bass, like super fast, like 16th note rolling bass, and just like everything is huge.
And like the gunshots or whatever they are.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on exactly, but it's crazy.
This album is such a mood, man.
Yeah, I love Inkastepa.
Yeah, like that chunk.
Yeah, just the chunks that happen every once in a while. You're just like, oh, I'm up. I'm awake. I'm awake.
This is a fantastic driving album.
Oh, I bet. Oh, it's a dangerous driving album. Be careful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to go to jail, this is a fantastic driving album. I mean, like 1 minute 30 on this
driving album.
I will say, so, I mean, one thing that I really like about this album, and the reason, because I mean, I've been listening to this for like forever, right? Is there's a lot of like acoustic elements to this as well that they bring in that work really well, you know? Like they have like guitars in this, and they have like some actual drumming in this, along with like all of the synthesized stuff. And like they blend it in a really cool way. Oh my God. It's like fucking so intense.
Yeah. It's a good strong start. And then
everybody
Tokyo.
Ride on an Inkastepa.
And then this second song is like way more Massive Attack.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's way slower. That's what immediately, just like the intro to like House.
I can see that. Yeah.
That. But I don't really like the slower ones as much, honestly.
That being said, though, on this, they do a really good job of leaving space for each instrument. Like in like the main thing, it's like you know, it's like everything comes in order, you know, and like there's like a lot of room left for each part to like do its thing before the other part gets out of the way, which to me sounds very cool. Like there's a lot of like, it's not just call and response. It's like this like massive conversation between all of these instruments.
Interesting. I didn't really think about that.
It's one of these things that like I never really thought about until I started actually like making music. And now I'm like, oh, that's a really cool idea to just like give each instrument time to talk before you bring the next one in.
Yes, there's a good use of space for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I do appreciate that like most of these songs are like 6 or 7 minutes. Like there's a lot of repetition and there's a lot of like letting stuff hang. And like, honestly, this is not like, for me, like it was tough to active listen this album because like, for me, this is a in the car, in the background album 100% of the time.
Yeah. So this was definitely, something on in the background.
Yeah.
Which is why I've noted a few songs that really like broke through that, you know, that unconscious layer of like, ooh, wow. Although Las Vegas Future Past is just a weird ass one.
Oh, fucking love it though.
It feels very different to all the other songs on the album, like with the jazz bits and everything.
It almost feels a little bit like that Ulver album, Perdition City.
Yes, exactly. Yes, very much so like that.
Yeah, no, but you know, I mean, there's that like, again, there's that like rolling bass in there, you know, like that very, you know, very trancy.
It's like, it's not that I disliked any songs. And this one is really hard for me to place because it just sounds like it's not from this album.
Yeah.
Because it has that like, duh, duh, but like what's happening on top of it is so chaotic. It's just like, it almost feels like a Venetian snares song, like a really slow Venetian snares song. I don't know if that means anything to you. That is a sentence. Yeah.
What I just really like, I like the build up into like 2 minutes 20, 2 minutes 30. Like, I mean, to me, this is
like a stealth like song.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it's like you could have like the 2 minute part repeating in like ad infinitum until you like get caught.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
But I mean, this one to me feels the most Matrixy, I guess.
I get that. Yeah. I also really like the jazz ending, just FYI. That wasn't a complaint, but it does just feels out of place still with the rest of the album. Like, yeah, it's just like, this is cool, but like, what's this doing on my Juno Reactor album? At least from my expectations from this one album that I've listened to, and The Matrix.
Yes. Well, that's all you need.
Yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't feel like they were going to really swing a lot, and that was a surprise to me.
Mm-hmm. And then the mind of the free.
Yeah,
gravity.
They really do have more variety than I expect. This is another one of those ones where it's like, what's going on here?
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like this album is a little bit all over the place, but like, I'm okay with that.
No, it's great. Yeah, it's very. I keep waiting for it to like Inkostepa me.
Yeah,
it's just like, when am I going to get to the Inkostepa?
I mean, yeah, Mind of the Free is it's swung a little bit, you know, it's very like laid back,
minimalist.
This one, honestly, like, I mean, you said Tokyo Dub is very massive attack. This one, to me, Mind of the Free is super massive attacky.
Yeah, and very Ulvery again.
Oh, very Ulvery again. Yeah.
This one especially said like screams Ulver, late Ulver. Maybe Ulver listened to too much Juno Reactor.
Could be. But see, both of these are just like the slowdown for Immaculate Crucifixion, because Immaculate Crucifixion is the song that makes you go to jail if you're driving. It's like like at a minute when the drums come in.
Yes, just about. Oh,
just a little past.
Yeah.
And 105.
And it's that one drum beat.
Yeah. This song is a slow burn, but like, so like this is one of the songs where like I feel like the 7-minute 41-second length is justified because the build up on this is like transcendently good. This is my favorite song probably on the album.
Yes, the transition to at like 4 minutes is crazy.
Oh yeah 3:30 into with the fucking just like the roll on the snare
and the screaming in the background.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is when your foot goes all the way to the floor on the gas pedal.
You start swerving.
Yeah. This is like fight scene music. Like the whole build up to this is like the walking, like, you know, to the fight, and then like it starts. It's like, bah, 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 bah. Oh, dude. And then what? 550? Like it just goes like,
yes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Unbelievably good.
Oh, dude. This song is the album for me. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. Amazing. A great build up into like a really crazy crescendo. Yeah. An amazing song.
Justifies its runtime. And then City of the Sinful, shortest track on the album, and pretty fucking good.
Yes, very talky. Another one of these talky songs. I love the part about like 2:30, I think, when he just starts rapping.
Jungle rules. Jungle rules.
Yeah, so good.
Such a good beat on this
one. Very good.
All right. Tatapena.
Yes, I love this one.
I had a feeling you were gonna like this.
This is basically just Inca Stepa again,
but like with even more like Middle Eastern flair.
I mean, yeah, the whole song, every part. I like the part at 50 right now I'm listening to where she's just belting out that lyric.
Yeah. Tatapena, no notes.
No notes, just banger. This is a banger.
Yeah, I mean, this is like very Matrixy and also like super dancey. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, and
this is this head body.
And then occasionally a lady goes, Tatapena. It's so good. Every time.
It's what you want. It's everything you can ask for.
It's everything I could ask for in a song.
Just a rolling bass, huge drums, and somebody screaming, Tatapena!
Every minute and a half she comes in, it feels like. It's just the right
but
amount.
Also 2 minutes 50, or maybe a little past, where you have like the fucking like
yes,
whatever that thing is. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that Middle Eastern sounding instrument.
Yes, whatever that thing is, put that in all of my songs, please. Just going wild with it. And then he fucking goes crazy with it again at like what? 4:25. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, hit me with the thing that you're doing there. Some type of woodwind instrument.
Oh, so good.
And then the perfect crime.
Yeah, and this is another one of those, more subdued tracks. Very Three Doors Down.
3 Doors Down. Oh my god. Okay. Honestly, I feel like this is very Ulver.
Yeah, I'm just joking. Just because it has acoustic guitar in it.
Oh my god.
Or what sounds kind of like acoustic guitar for Juno Reactor, I guess.
Yeah, I have to feel like that. I don't think that's really an acoustic guitar, although it could be. I mean, they have acoustic. I mean, obviously they have acoustic stuff on here.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like a James Bond song. You know what I mean?
Yes. 100%. I
mean,
was this in the movie? Was this
it.
in Superman?
It can't possibly.
I mean, they made a fucking.
Is it in anything? I can't see any evidence that was in a thing, but
No, but apparently City of the Sinful and Immaculate Crucifixion are remixes of music from the Matrix Path of Neo game.
Yes, that I was aware of.
But no, you're right. It's a good track, though. It is.
I like it. I think that it's like, I mean, it's different from a lot of the, I mean, like, it's this has got an interesting mix of really like laid back and really intense tracks.
Yeah, it is funny how many times we've said this song is really different from all the other songs on the album.
I know. It's just like, but then Pretty Girl
is really different.
Really different from everything.
Yeah, it almost sounds like an indie rock track or something.
That being said, though,
no, I
fucking love this track.
Yeah, no, they did a good job with this. It sounds like a good indie rock track.
Like, I don't know where this track came from and why they decided to make this, because it's so different from everything else. Like, it really doesn't, it feels like it doesn't really have any place in this album. Like, it's just, it almost feels like a bonus track, honestly.
Yes.
But like the singer on this, fantastic. And the choir part on this, like the gospel part, dude, it's like one of the best gospel parts in like any of the songs that I've like we've listened to. We've listened to a couple that have like a really cool like choir part. I fucking love it. The choir part in this is like it. I know I've overused the word transcendent, but it's fucking transcendent, man. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, no, beautiful beautiful finish to the album for sure.
Because like, where is it? It's 2 minutes, and then it keeps building for a second because it gets to one point where it's just like,
yeah, the chorus.
250, dude. Every time I hear this, like when I'm listening to this, I'm just like, oh, dude. Every time that part comes in, I'm just like, so good.
Yes.
Then that's right. Then it builds up again. It's like 3 minutes something. Where does it hit?
3:45.
Yeah, and like the cymbal fucking wash into it. Like, I mean, like, here's the thing. It's like, it's cheesy as hell. Like, it's like doing all of like the tropey things that you could possibly do. But like, that's okay. Like, we love Disco Queen way back in the first album. Like,
yeah, if you do it well.
It's pulling off the same tricks, and it's pulling it off perfectly. Love it.
Yeah, some good recommendations.
So, what was your most listened to out of all of these?
Probably Juno Reactor.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, just because it's the most like listenable in the background. Excuse me.
Got to burp it before the end. For me, it was probably between Glissriffer and Spring Island. Spring Island, because I was listening to Spring Island a fuck ton before. Like we did this, and so I was just like, I just kept listening to it because I just wanted to listen to it more.
Yeah, this is really good.
I love that. I was in a space where I was addicted to that album, and I was like, okay, well, I have to put it out there because I'm not going to stop listening to it. But Glissriver is super interesting. Like, I had a lot of fun with that one, so I kept going back to it. But yeah, man, these were all solid.
Very solid.
Excellent. All right. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna recommend next time, but probably something.
Yeah, I think I have some stuff in mind potentially.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Also, I'm curious. Like, you haven't done a
mixtape. Yeah. I it's hard to cut it down to a reasonable length.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: when we do a mixtape, we only do one, so like, it's okay if it's long.
Sure. Yeah, I've had some in the works.
I have an idea, and we don't have to do it for next time because I don't have necessarily any ideas yet, but I have a thought for a future podcast. So think about this, and maybe we'll do it in the future. Terrible albums by good bands.
Okay, I like that idea. Yeah.
I think I could definitely come up with some. Like,
yes.
It's like, oh, I love this band. Fuck that album. That album
I don't think that'll be a problem.
Okay, cool. Okay, excellent.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I will think of some for next time, and in the meantime, fucking stay safe out there.
Stay safe.
Fly the friendly skies.
Talk to you later.
Peace.